Hey, what's going on, wrestling fans? I'm going to show my wrestling collection. So I'm going to start with the VHS first. Let's get into this. First up, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Old Coliseum video release. Very cool. Yeah, Fully Loaded from 2000. I always liked the Triple H versus Chris Jericho Last Man Standing match. That was good. Undertaker versus Kurt Angle was good. The Rock versus Benoit. That was a good match too. All around a good pay-per-view. None of these are in any particular order, just kind of how I grab them out of my collection. I got King of the Ring 2000. Remember watching this one on pay-per-view as well. Yep. Or is this... No, this is 2001, I'm sorry. Yeah, this is Undertaker, Jericho, Benoit, Austin. Oh, that's a street fight between Kurt Angle and Shane McMahon. That was a really good one too. All around good pay-per-view as well. Here's a classic. The Three Faces of Foley, Mick Foley. Such a legacy. Great documentary. So much respect for Mick Foley and his contributions to the business. And we have Backlash. I'm gonna say this is 2002. Okay. Triple H versus Hulk Hogan. Austin versus Undertaker. Very cool. In case you want to know, Austin and Undertaker and Ric Flair are my favorite wrestlers. Along with this guy, Bret Hart. Love Bret Hart as well. Hitman Hart Wrestling with Shadows, the infamous look at behind the scenes of WWF. Really makes Vince out to be a monster. Still to this day, Bret Hart is still salty about that. You have Undertaker, This Is My Yard. Very cool. This is when he came back as the American Badass. Very fun. King of the Ring, 99. Kind of beat the shit, but still a good pay-per-view nonetheless. Undertaker versus Rock was awesome. Oh yeah, Austin versus McMahon's handicap ladder match. Classic. We got old one here, Super Tape Volume 4. Old Coliseum video. Let's see. Tugboat versus The Undertaker. Yeah, that was a classic, right? Anything with Mr. Perfect, though. Kurt Hennig was such a great wrestler. Best of Raw Volume 2. Great unforgettable moments. Back when I really preferred wrestling. Monday Night War days. We have No Way Out 2000. This is a very great match between Triple H and Cactus Jack and Hell in a Cell for the title. Classic. Jericho versus Kurt Angle. Very cool. A couple more old ones here. Invasion of the Body Slammers. Mr. Perfect versus Ric Flair was a great match. That's like a wrestling clinic right there between two of the greatest. Undertaker versus Papa Shango and Razor Ramon. That's cool. Hell yeah. World Tour 1992. The one, the only Macho Man on the cover. Bret Hart versus Rick Martel. I think any match with Bret Hart was good. I don't think he ever had a bad match with anybody. Hulkamania 4. Got a lot of these when my video store was going out of business back in the day. Physical Media Forever. What is this one? Sorry. St. Valentine's Day Massacre, 1999. Hell yeah, that was a good one. Vince versus Austin in a steel cage match. That one sticks out. Rock Bottom from 1998. I believe. Yep. Taker and Austin, a Buried Alive match. Rock versus Mankind championship match. You can actually find that one on DVD if you're lucky, but it's kind of hard to find. Hell yeah! Yeah, one of my favorites. Remember buying this at On Cue when it first came out. Good memories. It's Our Time. Story of Triple H in China. China definitely was a legend. Rest in peace. Very cool. I don't really agree with the way WWE treated her towards the end of her days. I think she should have gotten a lot more. Judgment Day 2002. Incredibly hard DVD to find. But this is when Undertaker got the title from Hulk Hogan. Remember watching that live? Not a very good match, but a cool moment nonetheless. No Mercy 99. Very brutal match between Austin and Triple H. Focus. Yep, that was an awesome one. The greatest ladder match in history, Hardy Boys versus Edge and Christian. China versus Jeff Jarrett. Good housekeeping match. That was a brutal match. We have this huge Mamma Jamma set here. Royal Rumble 98. This is the match that pretty much started the downfall of Shawn Michaels' career with that back injury, him and Undertaker in a casket match. Austin in the Rumble. Wins the Rumble. Awesome moment. WrestleMania 14. Yep. Classic. These were the days, man. Austin versus Michaels. But the first ever meeting between Undertaker and Kane is a great match. Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie versus the Outlaws was great. This is a really good WrestleMania. King of the Ring 98. Classic. Who could ever forget the Hell in a Cell match between Undertaker and Mankind? That's just still one of the most brutal matches in WWF history. Sorry, WWE. Yep, great. Austin versus Kane. First blood match. Love King of the Ring. One of my personal favorites, SummerSlam 98. This is a really cool one. That Rock Triple H Intercontinental Championship ladder match was amazing. But yeah, Austin versus Taker championship match, Madison Square Garden, amazing. Rock versus Owen Hart was a good one too, like that Lions Den one. This is one of my favorite pay-per-views of all time right here. I absolutely love SummerSlam 98. Austin gets it knocked out pretty much in the beginning of the match when Taker puts his head down, but he still finishes the match and wins the match. It's a great moment. Survivor Series 98. This one Austin gets screwed. I think so. Yeah, Taker versus Undertaker. There's a whole bunch of shit on this one. Cool. And we're getting out of WWF for some crazy shit. History of Big Japan death matches. Wow, what a change, huh? Is this the Piranha match one? Yeah, Piranha death match. Jeez. Cactus and Scorpion death match. Scaffolding match. Firestone's death match. Barbed wire, glass, and thumbtacks. Now this is not your daddy's wrestling. This is some brutal shit. Love this. Love watching that brutal shit. What is this one? Royal Rumble 2002. That one was cool. Austin. I forget what Rumble 92 was. That's a good one. We got Insane Clown Posse, Stranglemania, some more brutal shit. Commentated by Jay and Shaggy. Some of the funniest commentary over here. They actually got in legal trouble with Mick Foley. But whether you like Insane Clown Posse or not, you got to give Jay and Shaggy credit for bringing like a lot of that Japanese deathmatch shit to our shores. You know, like introducing like really extreme wrestling, which ECW would perfect. Funny though, man. Love it. Going back to WWF, No Way Out. Austin Triple H 2 out of 3 falls match is my favorite. That was an amazing match. Amazingly brutal match. We got Unforgiven 1998. This was a cool one. I like this Undertaker versus Kane first ever Inferno match. What the hell, man? That was nuts. Austin versus Dude Love. First time he smacks Vince with a chair. Such great moments. Austin versus McMahon. Oh man, some great moments. Some of my absolute favorites. Bedpan McMahon. As much as I'll watch that, it'll never get old. Laugh every time. Royal Rumble 1999. Austin wins the Rumble. Mankind versus Rock. That was I Quit match was brutal as fuck. I remember that. How could you forget that one? Fully Loaded 99, First Blood End of an Era match. Austin versus Undertaker, Championship First Blood match. Fully Loaded strap match, Triple H versus The Rock. That was a cool one. I like this one. I remember watching that one live. No Way Out 1998. Vader versus Kane. Awesome match. This is the one where Vader gets really busted open and he can't see because there's blood in his eyes. That was brutal. I have 2 copies of this apparently. Undertaker the Phenom. Yeah, definitely one of my favorites when I was younger. One of these tapes are worn out, that's why I had to get another one. So many badass moments. Same goes for this one. Austin 316 uncensored. Austin narrating this is awesome. He's just like swearing the whole time. Fucking awesome. That's a classic. All these are pretty much classic. Royal Rumble 94, Old Coliseum. Undertaker versus Yokozuna casket match. We didn't see him until he came back in SummerSlam 94, so it was a while. All the wrestlers just pile on him and beat the shit out of him at the end, and then he rises up to the heavens or whatever. Paul Bearer. Oh, yes! Awesome. Backlash. I think this is 99. Yep. Very rare. Not rare. I mean, very underrated match between Undertaker versus Ken Shamrock. Undertaker's not used to like submission wrestling, really. At least back in those days, he wasn't. So Shamrock definitely put up a good fight. I always thought that was a really good match, and I think that Austin Rock match at Backlash was even better than the one they had at WrestleMania 15. Just my opinion. Stone Cold Steve Austin. What? You little bastard. Oh, yeah. Austin's heel turn. Survivor Series, Best of Survivor Series, 1987 to 1997. Great moments. Got Ground Zero, 1997. I think this was the first ever meeting between Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, I believe. Austin and Dude Love were a tag team, yeah. But that was a brutal match. Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels. Rampage, 1999. Rest in peace, Brian Pillman. I believe he died before this aired, I think. I forget the story about that, but I know he died around this pay-per-view. Not at the pay-per-view, but I think he died before it aired. You're supposed to I think you're supposed to wrestle the Patriot, I think. I'm not sure. But that classic Hell in a Cell match between Undertaker and Shawn Michaels set the bar for all to come. And the debut of Kane, Glenn Jacobs. Very cool. Glad he stopped being Isaac Yankem and the fake Diesel. SummerSlam 97. This is a really good match too, between Bret Hart and Undertaker. Unfortunately, this is where Austin almost got paralyzed by Owen Hart. Rest in peace. Yep. I always love that cover. Here's some more brutal shit. King of the Death Match, featuring Cactus Jack, many other people. Such brutal shit. Love it. A lot of these deathmatch ones are pretty hard to find nowadays. WrestleFest 97, aka Revenge of the Taker. Mankind finally getting a championship match against Undertaker. Austin versus Bret Hart. Man, they fucking hated each other back then. It was a great storyline. I have another copy of WrestleMania 14. WrestleMania 13. Undertaker versus Psycho Sid. Not a very good match, but I'm glad he got the title. Undertaker got the title. Rest in peace, Sid. But Bret Hart versus Austin, submission match. Austin bleeding like a stuffed pig. Amazing. That match was just nominated at the Hall of Fame recently. Rightfully so. Maximum 10 Impact, also known as Canadian Stampede, from 97. 97 was the year. Undertaker versus Vader. Very cool. It's back when Paul Bearer was a heel and he wasn't managing Undertaker. WrestleMania 7? I'm bad at that. 7, yeah. Undertaker versus Jimmy Superfly Snuka. Very cool. Mr. Perfect versus Boss Man. Sergeant Slaughter versus Hulk Hogan. Classic. I always preferred these big Coliseum boxes. Survivor Series 1990. This is the debut of The Undertaker. He's part of the $1 Million Team. Very cool. Survivor Series 1991. The Grievous Challenge. Undertaker versus Hulk Hogan. Undertaker gets the title for the first time. Thanks to Ric Flair. Very cool. WrestleMania 8. That Macho Man Ric Flair, that was a great one. I always liked that. I still don't know why they ever put Hogan, why they didn't do Hogan Flair. I guess too many egos involved. Roddy Piper versus Bret Hart was an amazing match. WrestleMania. SummerSlam 94. Steel Cage title match, Bret Orton. That was a really good match. Very good match. I don't think a lot of people talk about that match. It's cool seeing Razor and Diesel because they were such good friends in real life, obviously. Undertaker versus Undertaker, yeah. With Leslie Nielsen going after him. Trying to figure out the mystery. Oh, these were the days. I believe the fake Undertaker is actually Chains from LOD. We got SummerSlam 95. The one that sticks out here is Michaels versus Razor Ramon ladder match. That was a really good one. Pretty much a continuation of their feud after WrestleMania 10. Yep. Very cool. Undertaker versus Kama. King of the Ring 97. Oops. Butterfingers. Undertaker versus Farouk. Well, but yeah, we're sorry, but that last man standing match between Austin and Michaels was really cool too. Cool to see two Texans fight. Royal Rumble 96. Yeah, this is a really fun one. Bret Hart versus Undertaker match when Undertaker had to wear that mask because I think Mabel broke his nose or something. That was cool. It was a good match too. Can't really go wrong with Royal Rumble. They always usually deliver. I have another copy of SummerSlam 98. Still one of my faves. I have WrestleMania 12. I know Triple H wants to forget that Ultimate Warrior match. Diesel versus Undertaker was a great match. That really was a good match. Enjoyed that one. But of course, Brett and Shawn, god damn, amazing Iron Man match. Roddy Piper versus Goldust, yep. And they do the whole OJ Bronco chase. That was really funny. WrestleMania 12 was good. And the last VHS I have, I actually had this already, but this is the Coliseum version of WrestleMania 13. I always prefer this cover anyway. Very cool. Alright, hold on. about that. Continuing on, getting into some DVDs now. We got Heart and Soul, the Hart Family Anthology. This is a really cool set. A lot of great moments and matches with the amazing Hart family. Such a legacy in wrestling. This is hard to do, man. Trying to balance a camera and trying to grab movies. Oh, we got some brutal shit here. CZW, Combat Zone Wrestling Extreme Action. I like this extreme shit. It's always fun to watch. Still can't believe. Oh, Trent Acid, yeah. Rest in peace. Zandig. Awesome. That's some brutal shit right there. And we got some even more brutal shit here. Best of Deathmatch Wrestling, American Ultra Violent, Cage of Death. Yeah, this is some brutal shit. Those light tube matches. Jeez. We got Shawn Michaels, the best of Unreleased. Awesome. Undertaker, he buries them alive.